Well, just another quick update again with Airport Design Editor X, just because I took a break from hardware, so I'm pretty keen on getting this airport done, and as of now, it's pretty much done. Thought I'd show you a few things around and what I've done. A few things have changed since the last video, but the basics of it is these blue lines are taxi paths. They're easily added with this button up here, which will add you your nodes, and you can select whether you want lighted in the center, lighted on the outside, markings. These ones are just lighted in the center. I added a whole bunch of street lights and some airport objects, and I even took the time to put some pylons on either end of them because this is a pretty open concept small airport. So baggage cart, more pylons, the fuel box here. I added a fuel tank in front of it with a light. These lights don't actually illuminate the ground, which I'm kind of sad to say. I was disappointed, but I'm pretty sure there's a way to get an effect that will illuminate. I solved my fence problem. I was finally able to figure that out. If I can select it, it's this black line. Sometimes you have to zoom right in and play with it. This one's just not going to comply. There. I got my 5-meter chain link with wire. This stuff isn't 5 meters. I don't know. Well, they may be going with 5-meter sections horizontally. I guess that would make more sense. I think it's only about 4 feet high when you look at it in the sim. But I figured it out. You quite simply select the fence and you drag and add another section. But when you double click, that's when it finishes it. So a 2 left click or a left double click ends up finally adding it. So I was able to add perimeter fence. And zooming in to my parking lot here, I've just got some random vehicles. There's all sorts to choose from. Added some lamp posts, and I've got the pylons across because I didn't want to fence that area. It's pretty open concept in the real world, so added a bunch of baggage and random things kind of laying around out here. This is a pushback for this parking area. These greens are indeed our gates, our parking areas. And got some aircraft sitting there. There's another pushback. And some random airport objects. What I did was I have 2 beacons at this airport, and I just kind of like the look of it at night. I probably only should have 1, but add a concrete apron around there and just smack it into place. I did solve my concrete versus asphalt problems in the previous video. I have now all the aprons are concrete and kind of other areas are asphalt. Let's see if we can pull that up. Probably not easily. No, it keeps wanting to select the fence. When you have a lot of things overlapping, there we go. It tends to get a little grumpy, but can't expect much better for freeware. I'd say this is it won't do everything like Google SketchUp would, but it's pretty close. So I have my nodes, my hold short, taxiways. I mentioned in the previous video that these yellow areas are birds, seagulls specifically. I've left them in place. It seems pretty random on how it generates them, so I'm gonna leave all those in place until I start getting knocked out of the sky with bird strikes. And, well, that could be an adventure in itself. I was able to fix, I added this concrete apron. It's in two parts, but that's just because I wasn't real good at drawing them initially. But I was able to add the lighting now at will. These blue dots signify the lighting. W is a windsock. Even though I don't actually have a localizer at this airport, I added the localizer antenna just because it looks pretty neat and adds one more thing to the threshold. This black line, I was able to get my boundary fence working, which I was pretty happy about. The gray is just grid squares. And down here, my SAT image doesn't go this far, but I was able to fix this area, extend out an apron of sorts out of asphalt, and add taxi nodes. So um, these are illuminated and painted, so it allows you a nice turnaround spot. I didn't do that at the far end of the runway just yet because when you get two runways come together like this, when you start messing around in here and adding taxi nodes, it tends to get kind of grumpy. I'm pretty sure somebody who's done this a lot would have no problems, but unfortunately that's not me. So I just have a nice big area for turnaround, taxi off the runway, no problem. It works out quite well. Ultimate Terrain adds this road right here, which is just off the boundary fence. It's shifted quite a bit compared to where the actual airport is. Same with this road here is actually butted right up against the airport. I haven't figured out how to fix that yet, but I suspect that this node here signifies where the airport is located, kind of a center point. And you can move this. Right now I don't want to move it because I finally laid everything out that it doesn't intrude on the roads. I'm good with where it is. It would be nice to shift it around, and if I get really ambitious I may just do that. But for now, more concentrating on the actual sim itself, and I'll go back to building some hardware for the cockpit. But I'm pretty happy with this for just a couple hours spent on it, and it is freeware. You can't expect too much, and you certainly get more than what you would think. There's tons of other features that we can add just about any object you want. I'll just go through a quick adding of an object. So we want to add an object, let's say, let's go with an Airbus A380. Takes up a lot of space compared to the rest of the stuff, but sure enough, that would plunk down right there, and that would be that. It's just that simple. Once you have added the thumbnails to the folder, you can go to avsim. You can get all the thumbnails for all these files so you can actually see what they are. By default, the program doesn't come with a lot of them. The objects are there to add, just you won't get this little preview. You will get the measurements and stuff, which makes it pretty hard because some of the stuff is not well named, like Snow Bem 2. It is Berm. Sorry, my monitor's a little poor, but a lot of it is difficult to decide what it actually is. So anyway, that's pretty much it. I won't go into FSX tonight and mess around. I think this airport's pretty much done and a whole lot more usable and functional compared to what it used to be. Thanks for watching.